A coronavirus surge and now a mask mandate. You'll soon be seeing signs like this all around the St. Louis area requiring a mask while in public. Good evening, I'm Steve Savard.
I'm Samantha Jones. These new requirements go into effect on Friday. Tonight, News 4's Emma Hogue drills down the details and what happens when you don't wear a mask.
Here at Sasha's, they've required people to wear masks since they reopened weeks ago. In fact, people are required to wear one unless they're physically eating or drinking. Come Friday, all restaurants will be forced to implement the same rules.
Well, I'm very worried. I have slight asthma, so according to all the reports, people with asthma and any other underlying conditions are more vulnerable to the COVID-19.
For over 3 months, this 65-year-old says he's worn a mask everywhere. But come Friday, David says he'll feel relieved when everyone else is too.
I think it's a good idea, and I think it should be a requirement until this corona thing is completely under control.
Today, St. Louis City and County are announcing that we are requiring all of you to do a little more. Wear a mask.
Just hours ago, Mayor Lyda Krewson announced everyone in St. Louis City and County over the age of 9 must wear one in all public places. That means grocery, retail, and hardware stores, gas stations too. They're also required outside when social distancing isn't possible.
I think it's just a wise decision.
I think it's smart. Obviously, a lot of other countries they've seen that peak and they're on the decline. America is not the case.
My immune system is pretty strong. I'm a plumber. I'd rarely get sick.
While most are in favor, Jonathan Somerville feels he shouldn't be forced to wear one.
I think that's the problem, which is why you're having all this pushback. Is that people aren't given an option? They're being told what to do.
Some businesses like Sasha's Wine Bar and Pastaria made masks a requirement over a month ago. Owners at other eateries like Kingside Diners say they're glad the regulations are now the same across the board.
I think it's a great thing. I think that that the mandatory gives us the power to really enforce that rule, and we're grateful for it.
And if you don't want to wear a mask for yourself, David urges you to wear one for others who may be vulnerable.
Wear your mask everywhere you go, in public, whenever you're around anybody.
Again, this applies to anyone over the age of 9. We're told there is no mask police, but businesses can refuse service if you're not wearing one. Reporting in Clayton, Emma Hogue, News 4.
St. Louis is not alone on the mask requirements. Today, Jackson County, which part of Kansas City sits in, began its own mandate. And just a few days ago, Kansas City itself made masks mandatory while in public.
As cases spike in parts of the country, Missouri and Illinois are seeing increases as well. Since last Monday, Missouri has added just over 3,900 cases, Illinois more than 7,200. When we further crunched the numbers, we found Missouri's caseload has increased 94% from the week prior. Illinois, it's a little lower at 72%. Even with those numbers, Missouri Governor Mike Parson let News 4 know during a visit to St. Peter's he does not want to implement a statewide mask mandate.
We're going to continue to support people that wear a mask. We're just not going to mandate it from the state level. And I think we've been pretty consistent with that message.
Parsons says he will leave any and all mask requirements up to cities and counties. The mask requirement in the city and county is heavily encouraged by the pandemic task force. The head of the force says wearing a mask is about protecting public safety as well as the economy. Dr. Alex Garza also points to a new report from Goldman Sachs. Researchers found Missouri ranks in the lower portion of states when it comes to wearing masks at between 40 and 50%. Illinois is closer to the top, between 65 and 70% wearing.
Missouri is right at around 40–50%. But the main takeaway from that study was the more people that wear masks, the less economic damage there is. And by that, they're saying if less people wear a mask and there's more spread, there's more cases, then you have to take dramatic actions, such as shutting down businesses and slowing down the economy.